America is a violent fascist state, and they're rapidly accelerating their violence domestically and internationally. One of the people who helped put Donald Trump into power was Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk was without a doubt among the most influential figures in the most important election in the history of our country. The election of, that beautiful day, November 5th, 2024. Do you remember that day? It was 9 months ago.
Anyways, here's Canadian MPs clapping like seals to the dead fascist guy.
Charlie Kirk was an outspoken advocate for faith, family, and freedom. Many disagreed with him, some were offended. Tragically, on September 10th, he was assassinated in an attempt to silence his voice. But when has political violence ever been the solution? It destroys dialogue, it undermines democracy, and it breeds fear instead of understanding. True progress comes from persuasion, not intimidation. As we grapple with our personal response to this, may we be honorable in our actions. May we fiercely defend the right of our opponents to speak freely. And may we join our hearts with Charlie's family, his wife Erica, and his 2 young children. Rest in peace.
Canadian MPs giving a standing ovation for the white supremacist, Christian nationalist, Zionist Charlie Kirk. It's crazy. Liberals and conservatives are just adding to the crazy martyrdom narrative that the American right is trying to push onto the whole world. Now, liberals, in response to being called out for their really disgusting behavior, said, "No, we weren't clapping for him. We were clapping for free speech. We just love free speech so much." They don't love free speech. They just barred Kneecap, an Irish band, from performing in Canada or coming to Canada because they're anti-genocide. I swear, I didn't clap for the Nazi. Look, you can applaud free speech, but that's not what was happening here. They were clapping for Charlie Kirk, the man. Look at all these liberals and conservatives clapping for a Trump loyalist fascist. It's as if they were giving Hitler a standing ovation and being like, "Oh, we were just clapping for his free speech values." It's like, hello? Wait a second. I'm just getting word from 2023. Oh, that's right. They already did this. They've already given a standing ovation for an SS Nazi. 2 standing ovations for this Waffen SS Nazi.
We have here in the chamber today a Ukrainian Canadian war veteran from the Second World War who fought the Ukrainian independence against the Russians and continues to support the troops today, even at his age of 98. He's a Ukrainian hero, a Canadian hero, and we thank him for all his service.
They framed the Waffen SS guy as a freedom fighter who fought bravely to fight Russia and secure a free Ukraine. Again, Waffen SS guy who fought against Canada in World War II. And a history reminder, the Soviet Union, who they're grouping just as Russians, was a leader of the Allies and a firm, staunch, anti-fascist ally of Canada, and they played a pivotal role in defeating fascism. More than 1.5 million Ukrainian comrade soldiers died fighting to defeat fascism. They fought alongside Russians. But we gotta clap for the Nazi who was fighting on the other side. Yay! 2 standing ovations for a Nazi who fought against Canada in probably one of our most moral things we've done as a country, defeating fascism. Standing ovations for Nazis is a favorite pastime of our parliament. So those are 2 examples of how the Liberal Party and its leaders, our leaders of Canada right now, have capitulated to the fascists. Liberals and conservatives, just the neoliberal ideology altogether, is not a fighting ideology. It's not strong. It doesn't stand up against bullies like America. They are corrupt cowards. Look, fascism's here. It's south of the border, not very far, and they also have a $1 trillion a year annual military budget. We're neighboring a fascist, hyper-militarized country who has openly stated that they want to annex our country. And what are we doing? The liberals and conservatives are clapping like little seals for the guy who helped get the fascist elected. They're cheering it on. Our leaders have abandoned Canadians to the wolves, fascist wolves. We need to organize together as anti-fascists and lock in on who our real enemies are. A majority of Canadians already see America as the biggest national security threat to Canada. Our powerful political elite, however, capitulate to Trump at every turn. They'll capitulate to Trump to preserve capitalism and their corruption, a system that is only benefiting the wealthiest Canadians and the ruling elite class. And we, as Canadians, will be paying the price. We'll be paying it for years to come. A just, reasonable society would not allow such rampant levels of violent wealth inequality to occur in one of the richest countries on the planet. A just society would not allow that to continue. But Mark Carney, the Liberals, the Conservatives, they're actively pushing to make it continue and get worse, despite everything already getting worse and worse for you and your material conditions around you. It's societal level, political elite enforced violence, social murder, social violence. It's all hidden behind the face of these old men in suits who say, this is pragmatic, this is reasonable, this is realistic. Oh, Canadians are going to have to make some sacrifices. This is why Liberals clapped, and of course the Conservatives too. Their political elite looking to maintain capitalism and their corrupt system that benefits them, the ruling class. They're all landlords pretty much. Neoliberal society has failed. It's failed in Canada and it's failed in the US. Our society is sick. Our society is failing. A healthy society wouldn't allow homeless people in a country where we have more homes than people, all just to protect profits for the wealthy few. Look, the Nazis are back and they're right next door wanting to annex Canada. The time is now to stand up and organize against the fascists because our leadership has completely abandoned us and they're fucking happy about it because their stock portfolios are gonna go up, just like our Prime Minister's stock portfolio, who, by the way, our Prime Minister, once again, is a double-digit, maybe triple-digit millionaire. Could be 100 million. We don't know. He won't tell us how much wealth he has, but it's at least 10 million Canadian dollars. That's why they don't fight. They don't fight for you. They don't fight for me. They fight for themselves and their pocketbook. It's gross. For us anti-fascist Canadians, look to see who's fighting back and join them. Join them in fighting the fascists. I think a socialist future is the best chance Canada has in defending not just against the American bullies, but also the many crises that we're facing as a country, like the climate crisis, the housing crisis, the affordability crisis, the wealth inequality crisis, the healthcare crisis. Seems like there's a lot going on. And what's Carney doing? He's spending all of the money that he's cutting from public services and giving it to the shoot guys in fucking Latvia, buying American and European guns, all in the fascist alliance, the fascist-led alliance. It's crazy. They've abandoned us. A socialist society could actually benefit everyday Canadians, make things better for you instead of this roller coaster that's only going down. It could make things better for everyone by actually investing in future energy infrastructure like solar and wind and more hydro. It could make the country better by nationalizing all utilities like internet, heat, hydro, water, etc., and make that a giant jobs program where Canadians can get trained on real hard skills that we need, all while bolstering and defending our infrastructure. I'm talking green energy, publicly owned utilities, free healthcare, and expanded free healthcare from head to toe. And you do it simply. It's great. You tax the rich. It's great. Billionaires should not exist in Canada. Once a Canadian reaches $10 million total net worth, 100% tax rate. Look, you've won. You've already won. What more could you want? What does the extra dollar give you? It doesn't give you anything. A socialist Canada would actually stand up to American fascist bullies. Anti-fascist now, anti-fascist forever. Anyways, peace and love. Bye-bye.